The trial of Karen Reed, it continues on, and more testimony, making more and more people confused. That's how I would put it. Joining me to discuss, Bob Motta, host of the podcast Defense Diaries. Go and download that right after you're done listening to this. Bob, another weekend. What's been your takeaways thus far?
Uh, I mean, plain and simple, I don't buy either theory.
Me too. That's kind of where I'm at.
I mean, it's like the Commonwealth is not proving anything to me at this point.
Mhm.
And granted, we still have to wait for their forensic stuff and their experts to come on, and presumably they'll have some kind of evidence that the car made contact with John O'Keefe, or they'll be able to track the movements of the vehicle, or they'll be able to prove that it was in reverse. The ME will come on and testify. I mean, we've never seen like the full autopsy report. I think all of us that follow the case have seen various photographs
Mhm.
from the autopsies, but we've never seen the full report. At least I haven't.
Mhm.
Um, we know what they're going to say. They're going to say it's inconsistent with an altercation, that it's consistent with him being struck by a vehicle, and we know the defense is going to put the same thing on too. Like the inconsistencies between these witnesses, like during the state's case in chief, namely like the Alberts and the Nagels, with
Yeah.
respect to who was where was the Lexus. Like you had Julie Nagel come on with, I guess, what you'd call a bombshell, saying that when they were pulling away from the house, being driven by Matt McCabe and Jen McCabe up in the front, and her and Sarah Levinson are in the back seat.
Yeah.
She looks over across Sarah and she sees like a big blob, a
Mhm.
lawn blob.
Yep.
Claims that she mentions it in the car. And, then for the first time ever on the stand yesterday, she says it was like 5 to 6 feet in length.
Yeah.
So, but then you've got, her brother giving completely different testimony that, the vehicle was still there when his sister came out to talk to him about staying at the party, because her testimony was that, like, when she was looking out the window, she saw the car make the three moves. And by the time she goes out and talks to her brother, it's gone.
Mhm.
Yet there's no body there. They don't see anybody. To me, it's just a mess. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know how a jury is putting this thing together in their minds in terms of this timeline and how they're reconciling all these inconsistencies with everybody. I don't know,
Well,
man.
it's observations from all different people at different points in time, and observations are not always the most accurate. It's not to say anybody's making anything up, because I really don't get that vibe from anybody. I mean, what's your take on all the witnesses thus far? I mean, I'm not feeling anything in terms of anybody trying to hide anything, trying to cover anything up. It just seems like really just normal people going, "Here's what I remember. Do with it what you will."
Yeah, no, I get the same, and also include drinking. I
And
mean,
that, yeah.
drinking was another factor as well. I mean,
Hmm.
everybody had been drinking for hours. Starting, some of them were at McCarthy's and went to the waterfall and then to the house. I mean, everybody was consuming alcoholic beverages last night, which is always going to affect your memory. Always, I don't care who you are.
Hmm.
So taking into account those things, I agree. I mean, I think certainly there's been things that have come off as not necessarily lies, but certainly inconsistent. I
Sure.
thought that Brian Albert was kind of slippery with like why he turned his phone in. Like the timing of it seems a little weird, but I mean, does any of it point to like something went down in that house? Not
Hmm.
really. But like
Yeah.
I'm not buying that she hit him with the car either. Like I'm firmly in my own theory, which is that he slipped and fell and cracked his skull on the, like, I mean, that injury to the back of the head is to me completely consistent with somebody slipping, both feet coming out from under you.
Yeah.
You don't have the time to break your fall. You smash your head, like in the
Yeah.
driveway. And people are like, well, how does he get to the flagpole? Well, you don't die instantly
Yeah.
if you smash your head.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably get yourself up to all fours. Maybe he goes down again,
Hmm.
smashes his face, then stumbles over to, like,
Yeah.
who knows? And to me, and then like I had a guest on yesterday, Andrea Burkhardt, who's super bright, an
Hmm.
attorney. She's like, look, like these wounds, when we get the ME on, like the wounds to the arm very well could have been post-mortem, which
Sure.
would make sense. Like there are wild animals out there,
Yeah.
all over the place. I mean, in my neighborhood, we have coyotes all over the place.
Yeah.
Like we're always in our next door neighbor app or whatever it's called. People are like, "Oh, saw a coyote over here. Watch your dogs."
Yep.
I mean, if there's a body out there, it's not beyond the scope of reason that what I say happened. Like it to me, it's as plausible as the other two theories.
Yeah. I mean,
I
all of
don't
this,
know.
it just seems like a lot of very plausible things that happened that don't add up to murder and don't add up to a conspiracy. And
Right.
at the end of the day, that's just kind of where it feels like it's gonna sit. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Brueski, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.